Share on my feed. Check out the show. Posted it. And
music playing?
Just waiting for you
how do
guys
you
to
bring
share.
up comments? There we go. Hey.
Each Thursday night, pop in, it's a vibe divine. Joey preaching sermons, holy truth combined. Josh cracking jokes, punchlines in overtime. Brett tossing zingers, his prime headline. Lights, camera, chaos, Collins laughs a roar. Audio alchemy, vibes hit the core. Streaming live blessings, kicking down the door. Pastor meets punchlines, it's a podcast war. Pod bless, hitting airwaves, you know the zone. Laughter and lessons straight to your phone. Scoot up to the mic now, they've all grown. Thursday night's lit, crown on the throne. Holy humor spinning, don't miss that crew. Joey holding wisdom with a joke or two. Josh twist stories, wild but true. Brett and Colin tag, laugh, therapy ensues. Sit tight, Thursdays, you'll never feel stressed. Podcast gospel, bringing pod bless. From the silly to the sacred, no contest. Every week's sermon, you tune, you're obsessed. Pod bless, hidden airwaves, you know the zone. Laughter and lessons, straight to your phone. Scoot up to the mic, now they've all grown. Thursday night's lit, crown on the throne.
The one you did. Yeah.
Those two were just a new.
That was cool. Yeah. You made me look like an old man. Yo.
What up, what up, what up?
Hey, welcome to Pod Bless. Are we good? You got it. I'm Joey. Good to be with you. This is Colin with me next to me, and then Noah fixing the camera.
Yeah.
And we are the 3/5 of the show. Yeah. So we're down Josh and Brett tonight. Brett is still pulling those very convenient night shifts. And Josh is cleaning up a VBS, which, if you've ever done that before, you know, is the Lord's most rewarded service. Maybe like the people who are willing to do that and help out with that. So Josh might make it here in time for the end of the show, or might not. We will figure that out as we go on. But if you haven't been able to tell yet, something's different tonight. We are in our tinfoil hats because tonight is a all conspiracy podcast night. We even mic'd up Noah for this one.
Yep.
Because we used to have Noah's conspiracy corner. Remember that?
What?
Yeah, you can talk now. Yeah. So tonight is going to be all conspiracy theory all the time. So if you're out there watching, we want to hear the craziest conspiracy theory you've ever heard, or the conspiracy theory you think is most true, or the one that you know couldn't be true, but it's just fun to talk about.
I already have a problem with you.
What's the problem?
This is conspiracy facts. There's no theories.
It's not theories. It's just facts. Okay.
Turn that down.
That was me.
Oh,
that was me. I had the
never
iPad.
mind.
That wasn't you. That was me.
I thought it was coming through the headphones super loud.
These
It
are
was-
conspiracy facts, according to Noah. Not all these stories will be factual. There's no way that can be true, but I bet some of them are, and we just
Yeah.
don't know about it.
Yeah. This table.
What? Oh,
Nothing. I feel like I'm.
here, change your mic height. Like, loosen it and raise the mic. Check that out. Yeah. So we looked up some of the craziest conspiracy theories we could find, some of the most believable ones, some of the least believable, and we slightly conferred at the beginning about who should take what. So I have one that I want to lead off with.
Okay.
Noah, why don't you go ahead and hit my music for me?
Sit down and listen up to what Joey's got to say.
Like an alien, like So if you can hear and see the foil, we are in full protective mode right now, so the government can't. What is it that tinfoil hats are supposed to do? I don't even know.
Block out the microwaves.
Yeah,
So government's reading your brain.
they can only read it through the top of our heads.
Yeah.
They can't read it through our ears or anywhere else.
You don't want to end up like
So-
them frogs.
Tonight I'll be playing the role of the non-believer. So there's that. Noah, I just realized I can only see Facebook comments. So if you see YouTube comments, you'll have to read them. But I wanted,
Not all of them.
yeah, you have. Oh man, I can't believe he's the filter right now. But you have to be the filter for that. There's one now that is that Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did it took you that long to read that?
I forgot already.
Oh wow! Wow.
I'm
I was literally
I'm
saying
trying to do 3 other things right
my
now.
hat. Okay, so I wanted to start tonight's show off with a conspiracy theory I found that actually sounded semi-believable. But this one, you guys know the Apollo space missions, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how many Apollos there were?
27.
No, I believe there was only officially 17 Apollos. As I'm searching for this, there we go. Apollo 17 was the last moon mission officially, but there is a conspiracy out there that says that officially Americans stopped sending astronauts to the moon in 1972. NASA claimed that they logged all the research they needed and that government funding was reduced, but the conspiracy theory is that Apollo 18 landed on the moon and encountered alien life forms up there.
What?
Yes, and so they didn't tell us about it because they didn't think we could handle it. And they have since been studying and cohabitating with alien life forms on the moon. So the theory is that the Apollo 18 mission actually happened. So let's rate this on a 1 to 10 scale of believability. I think we should rate all of these on that, by the way.
A 1 to 10 scale?
Yeah, 1 to 10. Or should we do 1 to 5?
Do 1 to 5.
Okay, 1 to 5. 1 being there's no way that happened. 5 being yep, that we know that happened. We could, and this one gets a little complicated because recently our government has come out and told us that hey, UFOs exist,
Yeah.
and we all just took that one right in stride.
Yeah.
like nobody,
Nobody's said anything else
nobody
about it.
budged.
Nobody's like,
yeah,
yeah,
just
sure.
like people looked up from their dinner plate and they were like, okay, and then went right back to just eating. So I don't know if that had the desired impact on that they were wanting it to have, but that's what it was. So
That's probably-
1 to 5 on this one.
I would
What do you
say
think?
2.
Ooh, lower than okay.
I would say 2, just because, I mean, who's going to check other than the government?
That's a great point. You have a crazier one about the moon for later that I cannot wait to get into.
I'm gonna give it a 3.
3?
Yeah.
That's a solid one.
I just if you look, like stuff doesn't add up.
But do we really buy there could be aliens on the moon
I think there's aliens everywhere. I think there's aliens in America.
I think there's more.
illegally?
I think there, yeah.
I mean, that's another conspiracy theory, but they have ocean bases that pop up.
I've heard this one where like they believe that what's the term for an octopus type cephalopod? Is that the
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Sounds right.
The idea is that they think that like dolphins, octopi, things like that are way smarter and more intelligent than we think they are.
I mean, yeah, they
Yeah.
are.
So my thing is, I think Men in Black's got some truth behind it.
Oh my goodness. Do you think there's brain neuralizers?
That's proven actually, yes.
Show me how. How?
You're telling me the government does not have that.
There's no way they can erase your memory.
They
just
can
in-
shoot you with a gun and make you have a heart attack. Why can't they erase your memory?
What?
Yeah, there is a heart attack gun.
That would be easy.
That's how
though.
people get assassinated
No.
nowadays.
Interrupting the process of the heart is way easier than just deleting a particular memory.
Electromagnetic pulse waves.
But there's also what is it, like the discomfort, like the riot control?
I've
Have you
seen
seen
that.
that?
Yes.
That's insane.
That's real. It's a sound wave, right?
Yeah,
and
it
you
just
can't stand. It makes you hot,
Yeah.
right? Like it,
it like makes your
Yeah.
blood boil. Like you're like, ugh.
but it doesn't actually hurt you.
Right.
Allegedly.
It just, yeah, really.
Allegedly.
Like they shot it into a crowd of people
Yeah.
and they just
You
took off
you
running.
can't stay in
Right.
it. It's not even like getting hit with the hose, like you've seen old videos of that.
Right.
And like people can sometimes stand against that. This one is like you
Yeah.
can't. You just can't do it. Now that's legit.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Stopping your heart way easier to do. You know
Invented in the
complexity-
1970s by the CIA.
Says who? Say the website name.
Military.com.
.com? Yeah, no. .gov maybe. .com? No.
I just created that website before we started.
That's quick. AI did it. Chat GPT. Do you know how difficult it would be to just remove certain parts of your memory? That's the hard part. Could they erase your whole memory? Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But that's too much complication. If the neuralizer would just go in and erase like the last like 15 minutes, or they could target.
But they have found out they can implant fake memories in your head. That's a real thing.
Yes.
Inception?
Yeah.
How?
That's
So
a whole
it's,
Spygate thing.
Well,
Hold
it
on,
was
I gotta
part
put
of
my hat
like
back
it was
on
part
now.
of
Like, this is freaking
MK
me out.
Ultra. It was part of the LSD studies.
You mean like they can trick you into thinking you
They can
experienced
make
something?
you believe that you experienced something that you did not experience.
Okay. Yeah, I think if you're good enough at influencing people, you could probably, to an extent,
Yeah.
like that definitely happened, and like talk them into it
Yeah.
over time. Because the older we get, the more fuzzy our earlier memories become.
I mean, that's all what MK Ultra was.
MK Ultra.
It was all like mind control.
I did hear a theory
this
about
is
this.
who invented LSD, right? Didn't they invent it?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the guy who invented it was a Harvard scientist, and that's it. He
You-
started working.
You ever heard the theory, like the true reason behind MK Ultra? That
Make
it
you
was
have
to
a-
make hippies look bad,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
the America would turn back to thinking hippies were crazy and they weren't anti-war.
Huh. All that just
So
to go fight in a French
hippies are the
colony.
bad people all of a sudden because they're anti-war and all they do is drugs and think that.
Hippies already didn't have a good like
that's,
PR
like-
agent,
No,
right?
hippies were cool back in
Manson,
the day.
I don't think
Manson was a
people-
part of MK Ultra.
They-
He was
made by the government.
I thought he was in the same jail cell
there,
as the guy
there
too.
was like
What?
there was like 4 different like serial killer guys in the 70s and 80s
That we basically created.
that were a part of the studies at least. So they were given LSD and all different kinds of crazy stuff.
LSD.
That's legit.
Hallucinogens,
We've been talking about this for
private
5
islands.
minutes. We've strayed so far away from the moon.
What?
The moon.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Back to that. I buy that. I buy that missions to the moon kept happening. I don't buy that. Like we can, an average person can take a telescope and see detailed surface of the moon. If there was alien activity on the moon, we would see it.
Yeah, but what if it's all on the
No, we
dark side?
wouldn't. That's already been proven too.
You would never see it.
We have reflective panels on spy planes that you make it basically invisible.
What?
Yeah. The New Jersey, time out. The New Jersey drones. You never heard about that?
Yeah, the stuff that just happened. In, like,
So we
February.
have
People saw those.
we have electromagnetic spaceships.
cloaking.
What do you mean by cloaking?
You like in the video games where you turn on the invisibility cloak, basically.
Well, that's what
Kinda.
the B-2 stealth bomber has.
But no, they
has
basically have
no,
Yes.
no, not like
Yes.
not like visual cloaking. It
Yes.
has like
it's
to
like
radar.
mirrors.
and stuff.
It is
It
like
has
mirrors.
legit-
It
it's a type
mirrors
of-
the objects around it.
Look up the type of paint. There's a certain type of polymer paint that they use.
black.
Yes, and it's so black it makes it invisible.
Like
li-
takes all
have
the
you not
light
seen
and
the
reflects it.
watch that's made
No,
out
I've
of it?
seen that black paint where it's like the blackest paint.
And it makes it like
What's it
transparent.
called? I can't remember. It had a name. I can't
It's
remember.
some
the name.
type of like polymer, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So anything, by the way, when it comes to like military research and planes, I buy. Like,
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
a 2-part epoxy paint.
because like when people think they see UFOs, I don't think they're UFOs. I think they're experimental
Yeah, I can buy
aircraft.
that.
Because like
100%.
if think about the advancement that we know about,
Yeah.
they're 20 years ahead of that. Like if we know about it, they're 20 years ahead of it.
Do we want to go a little bit deeper into conspiracies?
That's what I'm wearing tinfoil on my hat.
okay. So Sean Ryan show.
Yeah.
He had a guy on.
Comments.
She was on a red carpet and they asked her about a song she sang and she couldn't remember because she went to a clinic.
Who's she?
I don't know.
Did a previous comment talk about a person?
Ariel Grande.
Ariana. Yeah. Man. When you read the comments, you should read them all. And then
It's all lining
you have
up
to
with
give us
him.
the info. I'm going to YouTube.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got Facebook.
You got Facebook.
Sean
I'm going
Ryan,
to.
he did a like week of conspiracies where he brought in just normal people that had like he validated their claims. One guy was a government contractor at Area 51 and said they have rocks down there that are like electromagnetic and you put them in the middle of
Yeah,
spaceships,
a lot of rocks.
but it gravitates and you can control flight and then in the blink of eye you can go anywhere.
No way.
We also have technology to send radio waves to Mars in 3 seconds.
No, that's not impossible to
Yes.
physics.
Hold on.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not
Yes,
physically
it
like the
is.
physics that limit natural law.
They
prevent
figured out
that.
how you can send information
No,
through
you-
neurons.
You can't.
These
do,
are too. These
it's
are
still-
too complex of conspiracies.
No.
We should stick with like the
it's-
proven true conspiracies.
That one like breaks the laws of physics. You can't go faster than light doesn't even travel to Mars in 3 seconds, right?
I mean,
Okay, I'm looking it up.
No, I got you right here.
so I'm
Just
saying
keep talking.
I'm not smart enough to comprehend all of it. Project Sunshine, U.S. government.
It
stole
literally,
body parts from
you can
deceased
send
children to study
information
nuclear fallout
through
effects,
like nitrogen or something
often
like
without
that.
Family's consent, declassified in 1990s. That was a real one. That's insane.
At the speed of light, it takes light itself when Mars is at its closest distance, 3 minutes and 13 seconds to get from Earth to Mars. Light. You can't go faster than light. It's the speed limit of the known universe. Boom. Debunked. You're welcome.
Do you think they're gonna come out with that?
No, that's not. You can't. No. No, you're not understanding what I'm
Does the
saying.
government not lie to you?
No. You can't change physics. You can't.
It's not
I-
changing
am I making
physics.
sense here?
It's
Am I-
adding physics.
No, you can't. No, you can't move
They
something.
they have broke down molecules so small.
Nothing moves faster than light,
Okay.
right? Am I wrong? I could be
Gravity
wrong.
doesn't gravity move faster than light?
Gravity doesn't move.
Quantum entanglement.
It pulls.
Quantum entanglement.
Yeah, that's the name of a James Bond movie, bro.
Quantum entanglement's real. That's where two
Quantum
particles
entanglement is
in two
fundamental.
different spots can move at the same time.
Where two, length and
Vibrate
wait.
one particle at one spot.
Like a voodoo doll.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's legit.
I don't know if I like this episode
This
anymore.
means the state of the one particle instantly influences the state of the others, even if they are light years apart. This interconnectedness is a key feature of quantum mechanics.
But I don't think they can prove that, right?
Yeah, they have.
No faster than the light communication.
They have.
We'll say that again. Say that again.
It
Say
is
that again.
no faster. It is
Thank you.
about the same.
So nothing can go, which means they can't get something in 3 seconds. Now, they could get it in 3 minutes and 13 seconds, which is still crazy fast. But I think the turnaround now, was it like 27 minutes to get a regular message between Mars and Earth?
I have no clue.
Yeah, it's something.
Like I said,
Which is
I
still
don't know any of this.
still fast. Sorry, I'm quoting a literal Matt Damon movie.
Matt Damon,
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Martian.
Great movie. Love that movie. All right, that's enough. I don't know how we got.
You
we
don't,
got
you don't,
way
you don't
down
even
the-
want to go about China mining the dark side of the moon?
No, let's pause on the moon
What is
for
it
now.
they are mining though?
They're not mining the moon, boys. Hold on. can
China
we-
mining the moon.
Well, we're here already. Let's get there.
No, we're going.
Is it helium or hydrogen? It's one of the two.
Wait.
And you know what they're getting it for? AI.
So,
It's the coldest
Helium
element.
3, yes.
Helium 3.
so I do know that helium is not a renewable resource. Like once we use it all, it's gone. The medical field is very concerned about that right now because we're using it quickly, and once it's out, and we'll have to find completely new ways to do all the things that helium helps us do. I don't think there's helium on the moon, and I
It's
know
helium
for
3.
a fact.
It's so if you were to make helium 3 down on Earth, it costs like $52,000 for like
Yeah.
a very small amount of
I
it.
was gonna say it. This is.
They're bringing back
They
jugs.
really
of it.
are on the moon.
gonna-
Did you not see the news that they're on the moon?
I'm going to break this down for you guys. I don't trust the Chinese government to build a skyscraper. I've seen videos of people grabbing their concrete and crumbling it with their hand. I've seen that video with my own eyes.
yeah, but
there's
also
no
have
way-
Open source AI.
There's
Come on, man.
no way they are sending people
Helium
effectively to a moon base. Now, could they drop someone on the moon? Yes, we did that in the 60s.
They're not on a moon.
They're on a
base.
drone.
They were at the.
You'd have to have a base
does
if
it-
you're going to mine the moon, right?
I
don't
thought
know.
they were going.
Chang
back and forth.
5's lunar sample return mission involved
hey,
measuring
Josh, he's on his way.
helium 3 content and extraction parameters in lunar soil, as well as lunar helium 3 mining.
But even if it cost $52,000 to make the smallest amount here,
But helium's
cost
so
of,
light.
The cost of delivering it, going to the moon, bringing it back would far exceed that cost.
Look up how much of it is on the moon.
You know what it costs
That's
like per
unreal.
pound to get something to space? It's
Oh,
ridiculous. I mean, they probably do it by
I don't
ounces.
think it's how much it costs to make it. I think it's the time.
It's
it
the
takes
time and
to
energy.
create it.
Okay.
Because the computers they're making for AI require like the processing speed is so fast that it needs some kind of crazy. And apparently, the helium-3 is the only molecule that can get that close to Kelvin, like zero
Like
It
Kelvin.
can get
Yeah,
so
absolute
cold
zero.
so easily.
Yeah.
But 1 kilogram of helium-3 is worth about $20 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it till right now.
Yeah.
Crazy. I didn't know about it until I heard it on I think it was Sean Ryan.
Yeah.
But there's no way it's cost effective to bring it back from the moon.
It's so light. It's
Probably,
helium.
it's probably not, but
It's-
it's probably the
yeah.
it's probably
Well, that's
the
why they're
time.
setting up a mining base so they can set up the base, and then you do what Elon's doing back and forth with just rockets. No people just load up helium, come
Yeah.
back.
So AI is definitely going to be the thing that kills us, right? It's not going to be nukes. It's going to be AI.
Yeah,
Well, that's the main thing. It cools down the chips to power AI.
And I
That's
don't
why
think
they
it's
want
going
all
to
the
kill us by
helium-3.
being AI. I think it's going to kill us by taxing our resources so bad that we run out of it.
we starve ourselves.
Not with helium-3.
And then AI will be just chilling for a little bit without us.
Okay,
That's all right. Let's move on to Colin's segment here. What Colin, he can explain.
What
it.
am
Go
I?
ahead.
So am I doing the proven true one?
Yes. Yep.
All right.
Colin's getting. We have
right.
music for you though, don't we?
Yeah, but it's Bible bonkers.
Oh. Colin's conspiracy theory bonkers. So yeah, these are conspiracy theories that were once conspiracy theories, which have now moved from theory to fact. So all these have been proven.
these have been
At
proven.
one point, people said, "You're crazy. That could never happen." And when the facts came out,
What do you know?
eggs on their face, it happened.
What do you know?
All right, hit us
It's,
with some true
it's
ones.
crazy because there's 8 of these for the proven true, and there's 8 of them that are highly speculative but widely believed.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
these are just ones from nowadays that are going to be proven true here.
All right. So what has been proven true?
All right, so the MK Ultra, which we talked about,
Yep,
that's
little
number
bit.
1 on the list. So 1950s through the 70s, CIA conducted secret experiments on mind control using LSD, hypnosis, and torture on unwitting subjects. Declassified documents in 1977 confirmed it.
Whew. So like they did that.
I know one part of this was they had like a brothel setting
Ooh.
in California, and they were like doing these LSD studies on like just random guys that would go into the brothel, and there was like two-way mirrors in the walls and stuff. Like,
Like
they were
really
they
tripping
were
them out?
videotaping them the whole
Oh
time.
my goodness, that's crazy.
So that was one of them.
And like for some people, like they can take it and be fine. And other people, it like cooks your brain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's a lot of people. If you have like a hint of like schizophrenia,
like it like brings it out.
it like
Oof.
amplifies that thing.
That's crazy.
So that was MK
That's
Ultra.
our government
Yep. Yep.
to its
These-
own citizens.
Which is crazy
Yeah.
because all of these are our government that are proven true.
Are you saying we're going to have a theme here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So the next one is the Tuskegee syphilis experiment.
Oh yeah, I know this one.
that one's
Oof.
terrible. 1932 to, and what's crazy is that one went on for 40 years.
Yeah, they purposely infected. It was black men, right?
Yes.
With syphilis in a community in Alabama, right?
So it's still unclear that if they infected them with it or if they had it and they just withheld treatment.
okay.
They were telling them they were giving him a treatment, but it wasn't a treatment
That's
for it.
crazy.
They were like, we want to see what it does. So it says
Someone
Ni-
had to pitch that. Hey,
Right.
guys, hold on a second. Let me just. What if?
it's probably the same companies that sold us all some certain vaccine.
The further we get from that,
Hey,
the
tinfoil
crazy-
hats don't help you with that.
The further we get from that whole thing, the more the people that were like
Yep.
pushing up against all that make way more sense.
Yeah.
Like
So
if
that
we-
was
yeah.
the Tuskegee syphilis experiment was from 1932 to 1972. So 40 years.
Goodness.
The U.S. Public Health Service withheld treatment from African American men with syphilis to study the disease's progression. Exposed in 1972. So it was exposed in 1970. If it wasn't
Yeah,
exposed,
they probably would have never.
they would have never
Which
stopped
means
doing it.
those individuals were spreading it.
Yeah.
And syphilis is something that you can't cure. You have it forever.
That's what
Dude.
like Benjamin Franklin had, didn't he?
Probably that man
syphilis.
slept around.
Isn't that the one that they like skin on your face starts
I don't
like
know.
falling?
I'm not sure. I was just thinking though, like times are so different. Imagine if that just got released last month.
Oh,
yeah.
I was just thinking
Like the world was still pretty like, I don't know how to say it nicely, but like against colored people back in the day because of all the old timers.
Yeah, I'm not sure you're allowed
like-
to say that.
Yeah, like
I don't-
segregated.
yeah, it's segregated world back then.
No,
Yes.
back then there were definitely people in the government that were like, "This is a great idea."
100%.
I was about to say the opposite thing of like, I think the world is still like that, and I'm thinking, what are they doing today?
100%.
Like, there's no way
Yeah.
they're not doing stuff like this still. They just
Yeah.
got better at hiding it.
yeah,
Like that's.
they got smarter ways of.
I mean, there's always an at-risk community, right? And those are the ones that always get. So like, if you think that there's never been an illegal alien or someone misplaced that
Oh,
the
yeah.
government didn't scoop up and take
Well, it's
advantage
like
of for studying some
the
way, like
open
it
borders
happens.
that we had for the past 4 years. There's
Yeah.
like 300,000 children that they're just like
unaccounted
we don't
for.
know.
Yeah.
yeah, it's ridiculous. Like the stuff people get away with.
So like, what are we, 20, 30 years from now, what's going to be on this list? Oh,
Right.
a beverage. What's going to be on this list that we're just,
Right.
yeah, sorry, keep going.
So I am noticing a theme here as well. So it looks like in the 60s and 70s is when all of these like pretty much came out to be true.
Yeah.
So that's 30 or well,
I wonder if that,
50
they all
years,
CIA
50 years
correlated?
from,
All of those are CIA, aren't they?
not all of them. Like the US Public Health Service was the
what's
one.
Project Sunshine?
I know that's a.
Wait,
I
read
don't
that
even
one.
know
Do
what
that
it
one.
is.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want me to skip over
Yeah,
these still?
yeah.
All right. So Project Sunshine is in the 1950s. The U.S. government stole body parts from deceased children to study nuclear fallout effects, often without family consent. This was declassified in the 1990s. So whenever they were creating the atom bomb, they were
Testing radiation poisoning
on
dead
deceased
parts.
children.
Dude, what are they doing? What are they doing nowadays? It's
Why wouldn't they
scary.
just ask people?
It's insane.
There are definitely people around that would be like, yeah,
Well, like
for-
people donate their bodies to
All the time.
science all the time.
all the time.
That's how you get cadavers.
And why children?
Right.
I'm pretty sure we are well aware of the effects of radiation. Then, though, I think we were just curious at that.
Now we know.
Yeah. Now.
I
Oh
think-
no, there were women that used to.
Oh yeah. The watch.
Yes,
Mercury.
Mercury
No, it was
watches
Yeah. It was. It was.
it's called Raid.
Radon?
No. Oh, Google it. Look it up.
It's
But it's something with
translu-
radiation
it's-
in the
it's
name.
it's the one that
It
glows.
makes your watch glow.
Yeah.
And the women would paint it with it, and they would lick that
Like the
paintbrush.
thermometers had.
No.
No, like a
it's-
watch.
You know how like on a gun, how it has the little
Green
sights that are
They-
glow in the dark.
The first thing that they found that did that was straight up radioactive, and these ladies would paint it, and they would lick the brush. to
Radium
keep-
dial.
What is it?
Radium.
Radium. Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd lick their brush to keep it sharp, basically, with the radiation paint on it, and their jaws would fall
off. Like
and then
deteriorate.
the company would fire them
Yeah.
because they couldn't do the work anymore, and then they would die and with no benefits. They'd say it wasn't due to the work, and like it took super social reform for that to even become a thing. But like, yeah, no, they ignored radiation for a long time.
Have you seen that's a big business nowadays? Actually,
Radiation?
well, people try to go like Goodwill hunting and they try to find old plates because old plates are made of radiation. So they'll take black lights in there, and if they glow a certain way, it's radiation plates.
Old plates are radioactive.
Yes,
I know that if you have
it's like
like, a
glass and like porcelain things.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure, but it's selling pretty high actually.
if you have a granite or quartz countertop, your countertop is slightly radioactive.
Yeah.
Because the stone in the earth is.
Well, quartz is man-made.
Thought-
The countertops that they put in
Quartz
aren't,
or
aren't they?
coarse?
I don't know. Is it?
Aren't they
I know you
engineered?
can make quartz, but
I was gonna. Oh, I don't know.
if it's from the earth,
Yeah, right.
then it's
Right.
it's radioactive. Now,
Man, Google's really
so
getting a workout.
slightly,
today.
it's not a big deal. Like, don't freak out and rip out your granite because
or do.
or do and get solid surface from my uncle.
Yeah.
Yes, quartz countertops are man-made.
All quartz countertops?
That's it. I.
It's a natural quartz particles mixed with resin and pigments to
Yeah.
create a
Oh,
durable
yeah,
surface.
yeah.
That's
but
how they
the-
create the design.
Yes,
like
yeah,
there's so
yeah,
many weird
yeah.
designs in them.
But the natural rock still has radioactive signature. Which
Isn't quartz the one that's like very
There is natural quartz.
right?
Yeah.
It's just not as
Yeah.
cool.
Right.
it's just not as cool. Isn't there what?
But isn't quartz one of the ones that like is very like vibratey? Isn't that what they were like?
I don't
or is
know.
it granite? It's either granite or quartz. One of them.
Granite's
is
the
like,
toughest.
like if you hit it,
It like resonates.
yes.
I have not heard that one.
Quartz- have you seen
quartz
the-
is not a solid rock like granite or marble.
Right. I think it is.
Is it more like glass?
Quartz is chips or dust combined with 5 to 10% resin and pigments.
Well, have you seen? There's one of them. Like they've taken like 2 of the rocks. It's either of quartz or a certain type of granite, and they rub them together, and the inside of them glows.
Huh.
It's a reaction from, and I think it is quartz. I'm pretty sure.
That's
It's from
pretty
him
cool.
vibrating so fast. It like
Yeah.
literally is like glows inside of the rock.
That's pretty cool.
It's insane.
If you're just catching in with us, we're doing conspiracy theories. Give us your best conspiracy theory. We'd love to
Yeah.
debate it with you.
We
What?
are going to dive into my 2 favorite ones.
We are, right?
I don't know, are we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have
we-
time.
We didn't talk about my one.
We will. We're not
Yeah,
done.
we
We're
will.
not
No,
done.
I didn't even
We're just getting
I didn't even mention it.
What else?
I guarantee you it's not
I
on
don't
the list
know.
either.
How do you say that? Intel Pro?
COINTELPRO?
Is it Cohen?
COINTELPRO. I've never heard that one either.
COINTEL Pro, 1956
Oh.
to 1971. The FBI spied on and
Yes.
disrupted civil rights activists, confirmed by declassified files in
Yeah,
the 1970s.
That really happened. So, what are some that are not proven, but that are highly accepted as true?
JFK is the first one.
That's the lowest hanging fruit here,
Right.
right? I mean, something happened there extra
Yeah.
that we don't know about.
Yeah, and like this one,
Isn't Trump supposed to like declassify some of that?
Yeah.
He did some of it, but like
I think LBJ definitely
had it done.
had it done.
Oh, no, CIA, man.
I think I think
Well, they
LBJ.
didn't want a Catholic
I think
president,
LBJ was like told CIA.
He
to,
was
like, do
CIA's
it.
like puppet.
I heard that one of the reasons was like people didn't want a Catholic president because he might be more loyal to the Pope than to the people.
I don't think it had anything to do with it.
No,
Why do you think they killed him then?
I think it was more of a.
it was a world power thing,
So
I thought.
for starters, he was trying. So whenever he was assassinated, like in the next month, him and his brother were supposed to be doing like a get rid of nuclear program altogether, like like starting in the U.S. and then moving throughout the world.
Oh. Once you open that can, it's kind of open.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to put that one back in.
Yeah.
Toothpaste, tube, all that stuff. What else? What else?
Moon landing hoax.
Okay, no, now that one I'll push back on. We landed on the moon.
I don't know.
It would have cost more to fake it than to do it. We landed on the moon, boys.
you can't really prove that
I
because
was
we
gonna
never
say,
did
it's
it.
hard to prove it.
They brought back rock from the moon.
Yeah, but we're made like the moon was made from the earth
Oh
at
my
one
goodness.
point.
What makes it rock from the moon?
Because they brought it back from the moon.
I mean, could it not fall to the earth?
You're a moon rock expert?
Are you?
No.
How do you know it isn't?
I'm waiting for your facts to tell me it is.
Yeah, I'm waiting for yours to tell me it isn't. No, the burden of proof is always on the claimer.
Look, it says so. Some argue NASA faked the Apollo landings, debunked by physical evidence like lunar rocks.
Yeah.
but skepticism persists.
Thank you. That's funny because I did not read that before I said that. This one is getting sketchier and sketchier by the day.
Yeah,
I mean, should we even talk about that one?
the COVID-19 one. Yeah,
So it's not about if it existed or not. It's about how it came into existence. That thing was definitely made in a lab, right?
this this is funny.
What is it?
Research shows 29% of Americans believe it was lab made. No definitive proof, but the hypothesis remains debated.
I mean,
I feel like it's more. It would have to be like there's more than 29% of Americans
way more.
believe.
There's no way. I totally
Big Josh is
believe that we are cooking up some crazy stuff
Yeah.
in these labs, and it would be so easy for just a containment issue to happen. Someone doesn't glove up right or pops a glove, whatever, and like it. Next thing you know, it's out there. Like we have to keep strains of like smallpox and things like that for just in case they ever came back naturally,
Right.
to have a vaccine.
Right.
I saw the whole conspiracy theories on this was it was a world power thing for the WHO to create a world health standard and have these ID cards
Huh.
to identify you and also for everybody to be on the same page.
Allegedly.
I heard
Allegedly.
that China let it out on purpose because do you remember they were going through some real social unrest where people
Yeah.
were like protesting?
Yeah, there was like
and,
almost civil war.
and then it was like a month after that, like, oh,
I
COVID,
do
everyone
remember
needs to
that.
be locked
There
up
was
now.
like fires in the streets in China
and all of a sudden everyone had to be
Yeah,
inside.
locked
and so
down.
I heard that it wasn't an accidental containment breach, but it was more of a.
I could see that.
And I totally buy China being as dubious as possible.
Man,
so.
China.
I don't trust those dudes.
that's a whole can of
Not
worms.
them individually, them as a government.
Talk
Their
about-
people are fine.
Talk about kidnapping people. The government kidnaps people and puts them in sports camps.
They murder millions of people.
100%.
And I'm sure they'd be like, oh, you Americans, you murder people.
They go
Not
in-
in the same way.
They go into
We
they go
murder
to China
better.
and
We
they
murder people that have it coming.
they steal kids and have like these sports camps, and they'll make these kids like 72 hours a week play ping pong. and
that's
stuff.
real. That's a real thing. Like
Yeah.
they train athletes like that. That's definitely real. Don't get me started on Olympic athletes tonight. I'll get in trouble.
This is one I've never really. I always hear about it, but
What is
never the chemtrails.
Is
Oh.
that the one where like people think that the
Airplanes
Airplanes
lines
are
is-
like releasing small
which-
particles
it's just
of metal.
condensation off the wing.
Well, they
and
believe that
yeah.
they're
Cancer
discharging like small particles of metal.
Bros, they don't need to do that because the food we eat is giving us
The
enough
deodorant.
cancer. Yeah, the deodorant we put on every day is giving us
There's
enough cancer.
so much aluminum in it.
Did you see energy drinks are giving you leukemia? They announced that this week.
Oh
I
shoot!
mean-
I better stop drinking. That. I saw a comedian that was talking about aluminum in deodorant, and he was like, "I need all the aluminum,
Yeah,
like every bit
seriously.
you can put in there. Like I cannot do. I've tried the like non-aluminum one. It doesn't work.
No,
it just
it
doesn't.
doesn't.
Whatever the aluminum's doing, it's working. Might be killing me too, but it's working. I won't stink on the way there.
You got it on your head.
Huh?
Aluminum foil.
Well,
This is tin foil though.
yeah,
not
this is
aluminum.
tin.
Is there a difference?
What is it?
I don't know.
That's a great question.
I don't know. Is there?
No, this is aluminum foil.
Oh, it's not real tin.
No, we're vulnerable.
It's not doing anything. It's not tin.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, no. I'm a big fan of
Any more in there?
I'm a
What
big
is
fan.
Avril Lavigne?
So these are pop culture and celebrity.
Anybody else have a crush on Avril
conspiracies.
Lavigne growing up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think she's in town Sunday. I might go see her.
maybe
Not
she,
lying. That's a true
Hit her
thing.
up. Are you serious?
Yeah, Sunday night. She's in town.
she might be single. No, there you
I
go.
really like the historical ones.
Wait. They think Avril Lavigne was replaced by a doppelganger named Melissa.
Yeah.
Huh? I don't know. I haven't been paying that much attention.
No clue.
No,
I have always heard the Paul McCartney one.
I have heard that one. That
Yeah.
they did a lookalike contest.
Yes.
And the guy that won that became the new Paul McCartney
Same
because
thing
he
they
had
did
died
to
in a car
Elvis.
crash.
Mom.
Oh yeah, there's people that believe that Elvis is still alive.
Mom went to Arkansas and visited the guy.
Yeah.
Went to his church.
That's wild.
How did that go?
She said it was fun. She was like, I swear it's 10. I was like, all right.
All right.
And we did the math on it. Elvis would be
90.
so.
He
is that guy
got to be
the
dead
right
by
age?
now. That's like saying Osama's alive or
No,
Fidel's
Osama
alive.
would not be too old to be alive.
If in the spirit of Brett, Hitler's alive.
no, he would be. He would. He'd be.
130.
Yeah, he'd be.
He
there's no
made
way.
it out though.
Yeah, I think
No,
no. I believe he made it out.
No, he didn't.
I believe he made it out.
The only
I
reason
think he made it out and lived in Venezuela.
No.
If
no.
you look in the
Venezuela or Argentina.
is it Argentina?
Yeah.
Argentina. Yeah.
Now there was a group of Nazis that made it over to South America. That's real.
That's real. They found
No,
submarines.
Hitler didn't make it, guys. And here's why. There's nothing that Joseph Stalin was more like anal about than making sure that Hitler was dead.
I know, but like
They have
it's
a
so
skull
weird.
with a hole through
yes,
it.
but they've tested it and it's not Hitler.
Who's they?
Huh? The government, the German government has tested.
They don't have it. The Russian government has it.
No, the German government. has
No,
it.
the Stalin immediately took that back to Moscow with him. Oh, we got. Will you go let Josh in real quick?
Here, I can let him in.
Okay. Oh,
I'll be back.
we're in a heated
Time
Hitler
out.
skull discussion.
Before
Also,
Josh-
we hit our Hitler quota for the night.
Yeah, we did. Before Josh comes back, we need
Yeah.
to talk about my favorite one that nobody talks about.
What's your favorite one?
MH370.
The flight, Malaysia
That's
Airlines.
the best one.
Wait, so
America did it.
that was the. No, they have
America
pretty good
did it.
evidence that a Russian missile shot them down.
Of course, we're gonna blame Russia.
The Russians do that all the time.
We're
They
gonna
accidentally
blame
shoot
them.
down passenger planes consistently. Why would we be firing at planes?
Why are we firing at a plane in the middle of the ocean?
We wouldn't,
If it was Russia,
because
in the
Picked
middle
it-
of the ocean,
it wasn't in the middle of the.
it was.
It
in the
could
middle
no.
of the
The
ocean.
idea is it got hit and disabled, and then it drifted into the middle of the ocean.
No, it was America. There is a secret.
No,
There is a secret CIA base over there.
Podcast. Oh yeah.
There's a secret CIA
Oh,
base over
that
there.
was Mike.
There's a secret CIA base over there.
All right. Noah's saying that. Do you need tinfoil?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah.
My head takes care of it.
Noah was saying that the
There's a
United
secret-
States government shot down MH1, the
370.
Malaysia Airlines that dropped in the Pacific.
370.
I've heard lots of different ones. Go ahead.
I've not heard that. I heard Russia.
There
shot it
is
down, but
a
not that.
top secret tropical base over there, right around the nuclear islands we used to nuke.
I've been on that base. It's not top
We've
secret.
tested. No, you're not. No, we're talking that.
Yeah, it's they can see half of the entire globe on what's going through the air at
No,
one time.
not
They can
that
track everything.
It's in the middle of nowhere.
Yes, I was in the middle of nowhere.
I'm done with this, man. Take this money.
Which one was it?
It can be top secret and still exist. Well, I don't know what the.
What?
That's in there.
That's
Actually,
Area 51 was
No.
top secret.
Yeah,
It's
but it
still-
exists.
it's real there.
We know Area
Yeah.
51 exists.
There was some mishaps with Area 51 lately where Google Maps.
Yes, I saw that.
They had a new structure.
Oh, did they accidentally
And
show
they
it?
Yes.
accidentally showed it. It was like a triangle.
You can
pyramid
find
building.
it still.
Yeah.
You can look it up. Like people like screenshotted it before they took
really
it down.
weird looking building that's out there.
It looks like a tower.
It's
Like-
probably a hangar for some experimental
Well, that's
aircraft.
they were like that could be like a air traffic tower.
Yeah,
yeah,
but it was like black.
Yeah, and it was a triangle. It was like a triangle.
like an obelisk type thing, or like
That's what people were saying too. They were like, it's an obelisk. It's like,
yeah.
why?
We are working through right now. We've gotten to officially where are we? Historical and political.
Yeah, I like
specula-
that one.
Yeah.
The Nero one.
Who's Diego Garcia? What island is it on? That is not how you say that. That is
British
not how
Indian
you say that.
Ocean.
I have not been
Territory.
there. Wait, Nero faking his own death?
Yes, I like that one.
What is that one about?
So he was like the Caesar or whatever, or like the
Yeah, he was a Roman emperor.
Emperor.
He's the one that they always say, he laughed while Rome burned or whatever.
Yes. Well, and that's the conspiracy was that he faked his own death so he could lead a revolt back up against the Roman.
He killed a bunch of Christians, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was his thing. What else? Oh, the Titanic insurance fraud. That's a popular one.
Yes.
That the Titanic had a sister ship called the Olympic, and they believed that Olympic was the Olympic when it went out for the first time. The rotor wash of the props pulled another boat into it, and they collided, and it almost like totaled the boat basically.
Oh, wow.
And so, because Captain Smith, it almost happened when the Titanic was pulling out, but he remembered that it had happened to Olympic, and so he avoided the collision. And the crazy thing is, like, if they would have had a light collision there, everybody would have survived, but they didn't.
Except
And
for the smaller boat.
no, it was a big enough boat to handle it. Yeah, but like they would have survived because they wouldn't have hit the iceberg. But he avoided it expertly, and it ended up costing 1,500 people their lives. But
Well, great movie though.
great film. So they, the idea is that the Olympic was damaged in that incident, and so that the White Star Lines switched out the names and sunk the Olympic on purpose.
On purpose.
to
yeah.
get the insurance money for it.
Yeah.
Which did you? I hope that's not true.
There's also a similar conspiracy about like the Twin Towers
Tower
and
7, actually.
insurance. Yeah.
I heard that one I hadn't heard it till you guys told me that one.
Yeah. That,
Towers-
Josh. Yeah. Josh
Yeah,
brought that
Tower
one.
7 was
Like out of the way, had
it
no
was
reason to
leased
collapse.
for $12 million right before 2021, and they had to replace all of the asbestos, which was going to cost like $30 billion. Oh
my goodness.
And it wasn't hit with an airplane, and magically it fell down right during the attacks. But the guy who leased it also had family ties to, what was that name? The Ladens?
Wait,
Like
the Bin
Bins?
Laden?
The bins?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, hey,
Yep. So that was, that's a big one.
that's
It
that's
was
sketchy.
I know it sounds cliche or silly as far as conspiracy theories go, but 9/11 was an inside job. I'll stand on that hill.
You think so?
Oh, 100%.
I could see it.
I mean, I get it. I lived through it. I was out.
I just
I
can't
mean,
buy it.
look
I
at all,
can't
look
buy
at
it.
all the experiments they were willing to do in the 70s.
yeah, all the stuff you've just talked about.
Yeah.
That was true and proven.
Yeah. That's what I'm
But
saying.
to
Like,
gain
wait,
more-
so
and-
it's 50 years. It's been 50 years since that.
Which which president was it that was it JFK that they, or no, it wasn't even JFK, but they put a proposal about doing the plane crash in Cuba.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
And
yeah.
he turned it down.
Yeah,
and
it
they were
did
like,
happen.
oh,
That was
well.
LBJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he
Yeah.
was like, we're not going to do that. And they're like, oh, okay, it was just an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, I've heard that.
How much crazier is it that 9/11 happened?
but
Right.
for
If
what
that
gain?
was an idea.
For what gain?
Right.
Well, we went to war and got a lot of oil.
Yeah.
We can get
We,
oil
we
everywhere.
won a 20-year war.
Yep.
But what do we gain from that? Do we
War
gain
machine.
something?
We didn't gain anything, but the
okay.
companies that
The war machine,
supply all
man.
of the
The kickbacks.
yeah.
Just saying. There was a lot of money being pushed around, and we were being patriotic for it.
No.
There was a lot of friends that signed up because they were like, I'm doing what's
Oh,
right.
yeah. I can hear you. And the people who knock down these buildings are going to hear from all of us real soon.
That's right.
Quote unquote.
Watch this drive.
George.
Now watch this chat. That is awesome. That is still one of the coolest clips ever.
And then he nailed it. Also, the first pitch, I get goosebumps every time I watch that little documentary, the ESPN shorts, the 30 for 30 shorts.
Yeah.
And they talk about that every
I like.
time.
Yeah.
Have you watched the new Bin Laden documentary on
No,
Netflix?
I have not.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's actually really
It's a
good.
little deeper into the concepts.
Yeah, well, about how they like the Zero Dark 30, how they took them out.
I've
and
heard
stuff.
like a detailed story of how they took him
So
out.
there's a new documentary. It's pretty good about how they like actually tracked him down. And
Man, those
everything.
guys are milking that for everything
It's
they
good.
can, huh?
You'd think.
It's good.
I can't wait to see the Ocean Gate one.
Yes, that come. I know. I was looking on
It's out
Netflix.
on network TV. It's out.
Yeah,
on Discovery.
it
they're
comes out
playing it.
on the 11th.
Yes, I know
on
because I'm
Netflix.
counting it
Yeah,
down.
I know.
think we talked to.
Yeah,
yeah.
Me, you, and your
Yeah.
dad.
We went
about
to London on Tuesday to check out
Oh, that's
all
right.
It was.
Pretty
It's
bad.
intense down there. Well, actually, they have done so much work.
Yeah.
In the it's only been 3 or 4 weeks.
The
and
16th is when it happened.
They have cleaned up quite a bit down there. They must have had a ton of help. But, yeah, we're gonna try to help out in some way. But, how do you feel about man-made weather as a conspiracy theory?
I don't think it's a theory.
Cloud seeding.
I could see cloud seeding makes sense. I feel like that's a pretty easy one that they could do,
Yeah.
like cloud seeding. Right.
Oh yeah. Who
Noah's
was
been
it?
in his Noah's been in his just element
He's
tonight.
No, there
been
was a
naming
cloud.
all the machines. That's,
We should plug in another mic for you because
Who
you need to
was
get it.
it?
Hold on, I'm gonna get one.
Was it a food guy? Who was it that or Dirty
Guy Fieri.
Jobs? No, I'm serious. Like it was like Mike Rowe.
Mike Rowe?
Mike Rowe was checking out Dirty Jobs. He went to this big giant. It's huge.
Dubai also has one too.
Yeah, and it creates rain. It creates a
Oh,
big
really?
storm, and rain comes down. They're like, "This is real."
see, so why would they not use that in like desert areas? Like
I'm
what?
sure they. Well, in Dubai,
Oh yeah,
they use them,
yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
and they had a lot of flooding because they didn't use it properly.
All right, we got to get Noah can't not be mic'd up for his.
I mean, you could say something to us.
we don't even
but
have to
Do you,
unwind
do you,
it.
have, do you know any
You're not saying
conspiracy
anything
theories?
We have been in the studio as well.
You say hi to everybody.
He wants to.
You can say it in the mic if you want. Come on up. Here, you'll be able to see yourself up here in about 30 seconds.
We talked about having a kids episode where we have all the kids over,
We definitely need to do that.
right?
Tell the world what you think. What do you have to say?
Hi.
That's it. All right, go sit back on the
Nope.
chair.
Oh, Dad.
Say something embarrassing about your dad.
Oh my. This is gonna be hard.
We might get pulled down for this.
Oh.
What was your favorite part of VBS?
No, I want to hear embarrassing.
Your kids had a good time tonight, Joey.
My favorite part was of VBS was me making a rocket launcher. And I mean, it wasn't
That was
really a
second night.
rocket launcher, but it was like,
A slingshot cup.
yeah, it's got a pom pom in it, but then you sling it back and it launches.
Very cool.
Nice,
Weapons.
nice.
My kind of VBS.
Yep.
So embarrassing about your dad.
Oh,
I told- I
Fart?
told him-
Does he
I
fart
told
real
him-
loud?
Well, we were at VBS, and I told Ben, bless you, because he jumped up and farted during the lesson.
Nice,
I thought that was funny.
nice.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it
really
is
hot
warm in here.
It was like hitting a cloud of heat. All right, thanks for coming on the show.
We'll have to have a kid episode.
I'm still gonna be here.
Yeah,
I mean,
Still
I'm
gonna be sitting
here,
over
but
here.
I'm just gonna be in the chair.
he's
Be
just
sitting
looking at
next to me.
himself as he's talking and noticing he's not.
That's all right. We'll
But
talk
yeah.
back to you.
I think cloud seeding is real. I think making clouds and things like that is something they're
What
working
about
on.
what is it, direct energy weapons?
Do what?
The direct energy weapons?
Oh yeah.
No, those are real. Those are definitely real. We have
Right.
them on. They're mounted onto destroyers, right?
What about, that's how they got Maui
You think they? Oh,
that is
for Hawaii?
I've not heard that.
So,
So smart cities, right? Is that where you're going?
yes.
Okay, you go ahead. I'll,
Wait.
I'll chime
So
in.
Hold on.
there was a bill they were trying to get passed in Hawaii for smart cities, and because I mean, there's so many celebrities that
All
have
electric, all
well, and there's so many
automated.
celebrities that have like mansions in some part of Hawaii that like it's a vacation spot. So and apparently that bill didn't get passed, and so
it's a land grab. Is that what you're telling me? They burned it.
It didn't just happen in Hawaii.
yeah.
Wait, but just because your house burns down doesn't mean you lose
Yeah,
your
but
property.
I mean, you're gonna. How much money are you gonna have to
They have
invest?
no insurance for that stuff
Right.
because it's a poor.
It did it in
like-
LA too.
There was no. Wait, you don't need special insurance for fire, do you? If you have home insurance, you're covered for fire. Yeah.
No,
no, it's not like flood
once.
insurance.
Well, and once, what's the government assistance that comes in?
FEMA.
Yeah, FEMA. That's a load of crap.
They actually did
They
a decent
kind of
job in
they
London.
kind of came in and were like, "Listen, we'll give you this for your land."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When we were in Hazard, we watched them offer $750 for
Well,
someone's
no, but they're
whole
doing
house.
that there because nobody has anything. It's like kind of a
Yeah,
poor area.
and they were
in
telling
a way.
people like, do not take it.
Well,
Like if you take it, your claim is
have you
over.
heard
Like,
anything about that area since?
well, when we were there, I did, but
No,
only
I'm not
because
talking
we were
No,
about-
there.
I'm not talking about.
He's
Hazard.
talking about Hawaii.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a little bit just because
I have not.
Yeah.
a couple from our church moved from there. They were there during all the fires and helped like in the recovery aspect of it. But I wouldn't be. Hey man, I wouldn't be shocked. But
So-
for what the government will do, I wouldn't be shocked.
So I think the big one was they were showing like all the footage of the areas there, and they were showing everywhere that had like a blue. Was it blue?
Yeah,
like a blue
roof
house.
or blue umbrellas.
Yeah.
Or
Like
And they didn't
like
burn?
like complete streets completely melted, like cars melted
Wait, but
to
how
the
would you
street.
prevent the
well,
fire?
they
from
showed
spreading?
that certain lasers, when going across different colors of paper,
Blue
won't
never
catch on fire with blue.
blue
But
never
fire still spreads.
No.
right. But if it's
Well, that's what I'm saying.
direct and instantaneous,
And
I
they
mean,
showed umbrellas in the wildfires in Maui,
like
that
full
are
umbrellas
linked together.
Like there's like live
Amidst
like
all of that.
CNN, MSNBC like takes of neighborhoods, and there's like all
Blue
of these
houses
houses
are
are
still
completely burnt
not
down,
burnt.
and then
How
there's
does- how
one
would-
blue shed.
How would the laser prevent the fire that already started from spreading?
Because that stuff wasn't supposed to burn in the first place.
But once it is burning, it's.
I
You're
don't know.
saying the conditions weren't right to spread the fire?
Right. As much as they say they were.
Right. But and there's also a thing there that wasn't like, didn't Oprah have like a huge mansion
Mm-hmm.
and like every house on her block was burnt except for hers?
It was such a big deal that places in other countries started painting their roofs blue.
Blue. Yeah.
They were just like poor people that had houses, and they were like, "What's happening?" Okay, and they just went out and started painting their roofs.
I've
blue.
not heard this.
Yeah, because they were like, "We don't want to be a part of this. We
Right.
don't want to get caught up in this."
We don't want to get burned.
Yeah,
Oof.
It's good.
You got another one?
Yeah. Speaking of mass weapons, the Antarctic pole.
Oh yeah.
The
I-
hole in the middle of Antarctica.
no,
A
it's moving.
hole?
No,
The pole.
It is a
No.
pole.
A pole?
Yeah. Do you know Antarctica is the only place where there's a treaty for 8 countries to like just be at peace?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody. It's all
And you're not
science.
allowed to go
And
there. at all.
you have to be basically government to go past 50 miles inland of Antarctica.
Okay. Wait, I'm confused. A pole? You're saying pole.
It's a pole that goes in
A
the
literal
ground.
But it's a hole.
But what does it do?
It's a pole hole.
Can send out basically electromagnetic pulses to create.
Dude, he is
earthquakes.
all about electromagnetics tonight.
He likes
Look
using
it up.
He
you
likes
want
using
this?
those words.
We are using this.
You want this?
No,
No.
man, he's
But
making
no,
a joke.
in 2011, 2013, there was a huge earthquake in some European country. I forget. It was like 7.3 thousands of people died.
Yeah, that happens.
country all of a sudden got real mad at the U.S. for no reason.
How would they even have ever discovered that let's say we did cause it. How would they ever know that?
Because we basically
that be.
admitted it to them, and they knew we had it.
Why would we ever admit that? You think our government's going to admit? They don't
We
admit
didn't
anything.
admit to it, but then we ended up sending them a boatload of money.
We send
to fix
everyone
their
a boatload of money.
No,
we send
no.
$50 million
We do that when we-
to Pakistan for gender studies, right? Like, that's legit. I think
Yeah.
that's actually what it was.
Yeah.
Like we send everyone way too much money.
I want to be a fighter pilot for Pakistan. I
Yeah.
love that video.
What did he just say?
I wanna be
There's a video where you have to
pilot for Pakistan.
show you after.
I've not seen
I
that.
saw it on Matt and Shane
It
the other day.
is hilarious.
Hey, is that whole conflict over already?
Wow.
India, Pakistan, is that already done?
It was getting over, and then it reared its head again. I think.
Oh.
Mm.
JD went over there and took care of it, I thought.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
But anywho,
Sorry, I thought Noah was close to.
we jumping into a pod bless segment.
Yeah, let's bless somebody.
Oh, are you
20
doing it
it's
after?
chili.
Are you doing the read after?
You're right. Hey,
Chili.
Oh, I thought you guys done the read in the beginning.
Chile.
No.
No, we have not done our read yet. We have some awesome podcast business news to tell you.
But it calls-
And you got it printed
What?
off. I
Hold
like
on, go
that.
ahead.
It caused 8.8 magnitudes in Antarctica and hit Chile.
Yeah, they're close to each other. Okay.
Yeah, Antarctica, Chile. Brr.
Noah, would you click the slide or the thing that I told you to click at this time? We have some really good news to announce. We have
Our first sponsor.
got our first sponsor, a real live sponsor.
It's already up.
Colin made some contact, and we are here to read you our first ever ad read from Ideal Supplies, which is located at 512. I'm trying to read it from all over there.
Adela.
Adele Street,
Adela Avenue.
in Ludlow, Kentucky. Their name is there. Their phone number will be on the last slide. And we have an actual ad read, which is fun. I've wanted to do this for a while. I was thinking, should we just read it normal, or should I try to like news anchor it?
That's what I was going
or
to say.
Read it like
So
Obama.
going forward, Josh is probably going to be doing most of the ad reads, just because
just
he's
read it-
just,
enjoy your
just
one.
because he's
Enjoy your one
the
time.
Yeah.
radio host.
I like it.
Voice
so
guy.
not Obama.
Enjoy your
I mean,
one time.
yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll just do it.
Just do it like you, man.
All right. Do you need to tackle that home project or spruce up your yard? Swing
Yes.
by Ideal Supplies, your friendly neighborhood hardware store and concrete supplier right around the corner in Ludlow, Kentucky. We've got everything that you need to get the job done. Grab top quality topsoil for just $50 a yard to level up your landscaping. Want to add some style? Their dried black mulch is only $38 a yard. Perfect for that polished look during those sunny summer days. And don't forget, they will keep your grill fired up with propane tanks refilled for just $18 per tank. Family owned and community focused, Ideal Supplies has the tools, materials, and know how to make your project a breeze. Visit them today in Ludlow, where quality meets small town charm.
Nice.
Boom. Yeah. First sponsor. Thank you to Ideal Supplies for sponsoring Pod Bless. We appreciate that. When we make it in the real big time, we'll remember you. You'll remember you guys as the first sponsor, and
I'll have to get us some hats.
Ooh,
I have to get
I would
us
wear
all
the
some
hat.
hats.
I
Yes.
have a shirt.
So if you're out there and you want to join in and also be a sponsor of the show, we are taking sponsors right now. So thank you, Ideal Supplies. Go get your spring supplies. It's still spring, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get your propane tanks refilled. They have hardware. They deliver all kinds of materials.
Decorative gravel, concrete.
Yep.
You need it, they got it.
They got it.
Basically, yeah. So I don't know if they will have video game systems.
Remember, you said you were going to be quiet.
But I know, that they will have all of your
All of your landscaping
landscaping
needs.
and the concrete too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, concrete too. So,
Right on the river, y'all.
yeah, head on down
You're
to
in Cincinnati,
Ideal
come on down.
Supplies.
The 275 loop.
That's it. We don't know how to do this yet. So is that how you?
Yeah,
Is that how?
that's an
Is that
ad
it?
That's an ad read.
Hey, we did it.
Now we can jump
Check
in.
it out. We're like real deal now. Let's bless somebody.
Pod bless your heart.
All right. Today's bless story comes from Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh,
Harvard, actually.
Have it.
Harvard Medical School. So, Josh, you haven't seen this yet, right?
Nope.
Don't look at it.
Yeah.
If I say Harvard Medical School
Yeah.
and we're blessing someone, what do you think happened?
ooh, that's a hard thing to think about.
Okay,
Harvard
let me
Medical
let me
School?
narrow it down for you.
Okay.
It has to do with Harvard Medical School's morgue manager.
I'm not going to say what I think it might be.
You know what? I didn't think about that until just now. All right.
What did you guys think about?
Harvard, I thought about what it is, but
Some
Harvard's medical
necro.
school's morgue manager has been accused of selling body parts as part of a stolen human remains criminal network, according to a federal complaint unsealed Wednesday, which I just now realized is the second worst thing that they could have been accused of.
Possibly.
Morgue manager Cedric Lodge, his wife Denise, and two others, Katrina McLean and Joshua Taylor,
Hey,
allegedly conspired with Jeremy Pauley, which is the most Boston name of all time.
Pauley.
Jeremy Pauley. To sell human remains for a profit, because if you're going to sell human remains, you better sell them for a profit.
right.
The document from the Middle District of Pennsylvania State claims Pauley was charged in 2022 with multiple counts related to the alleged purchase and sale of the human remains. Court documents said investigators then found that since 2018 they have been running this racket. Lodge on several occasions let the other two examine cadavers at the Harvard Medical Morgue so that they could pick the ones they wanted to buy.
Wow.
So they go shopping.
So, like, what were people doing with said body parts?
I know.
Hold on.
Turn these down.
An estimated 20,000 people donated. I think we're getting to that, but I don't know.
Okay.
An estimated 20,000 people donated their bodies to science for the purpose of medical research each year. But unlike organ donation, these donations and remains can be bought and sold for profit. So if you donate, I didn't know that. If you donate your body, it can be bought and sold for profit.
What?
Yeah,
You know, this brings up a good racket. Blood donation?
they don't pay you for that.
I know. But they make money. They sell that blood to people
They-
in the hospital.
I thought they donated it to
They
the.
can't. You can get paid to donate blood.
Yeah,
you
you
get paid
can.
to donate plasma, right?
No, you can get paid to donate
Platelets
blood too.
and stuff. Yeah,
I wanna get paid
just
to
in
donate
places
blood.
that it's needed, and if you have the right blood type.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always
negative.
wondered that
Oh,
you
positive.
go to a hospital.
Oh,
universal donor, baby.
Yeah,
I think Kelly is as well.
That would track.
Right. So, but no, I thought about that. Like, if you donate and they
You go
charge
potty?
you, they. Oh, you go.
Yeah, I saw the dance.
Great timing.
Yeah, you're good, buddy. I saw it.
He had to go pee,
Oh, I was like, what is happening?
and it's all the way at the other end of the haunted building.
Yeah.
Anyway, but no, I thought about that before. This is weird, being the only one on camera. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, you donate blood. The hospital charges you like $37 for a Tylenol.
Right.
How much do they charge you to get a blood transfusion?
Right.
They're making, I don't know. There's money being made.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Somewhere.
I mean,
Like,
they can
"Oh,
take.
no."
What is it like? How many
Like-
ounces? It's like four. It's like
A
4
pint,
quarts.
right?
Yeah, 4 quarts in a pint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they take a pint of blood each time
Right.
I donate it. But
I mean, that's a lot of blood.
yeah.
Little man was doing the dance.
Yeah. I asked him as we were coming in. I knew he'd have to. He's like, no, I'm fine. I just want to get in there.
So let's see. Court
That's another
documents
racket.
allege that McLean and Taylor sold the parts to numerous buyers, and sold remains in Cat's Creepy Creations, her store in Salem, Massachusetts.
Ew.
Which its Instagram page says it specializes in creepy dolls, oddities, and bone art. One post was captioned that said, "If you're in the market for human bones, hit me up."
Wow.
In June or July of 2021, McLean sent Paulie human skin and asked him to tan the skin to create leather.
Puts the lotion on its skin.
And
People are weird, man.
the dude I sent the chest piece to tan, it was chest. Okay, they were arrested in 2022 for abusing a corpse, which is cutting it up to sell
yeah,
it.
so
obviously.
right.
leather. Yeah.
Yeah. He had posted pictures of body parts and other items on his Facebook page, Instagram account, and his website, which has since been made private.
I'm gonna look up
Since been made private.
some marketplace finds.
I tell you, it is fun to play sometimes.
The page advertised his collection and an event in 2022 that ended up being canceled that offered access to unique oddities at a hotel outside of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. He says he obtained the items legally, but court documents and investigators paint a different picture. He
That's
purchased nearly $11,000 of body parts from a 36-year-old former mortuary worker in Arkansas. Goodness.
That's crazy. You think about all those places you think you can trust, And you're just like, oh, I'll trust them with my stuff. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm gonna be an organ donor. That'll be great.
Yeah.
I'll be helping somebody someday. And then somebody else is like,
Yeah.
I can make a lot of money off
I'm
this
about to
femur.
make bank.
Yeah,
So yeah.
it's insane.
Well, that's it. There was a big cold case file. Courtney was watching something on Netflix one night. I wasn't really paying attention until like they found some like remains in the woods somewhere. I think it was in Texas. And it was like they would find like a full female leg in this part of the woods. And then they'd find like a human head in this part of the woods. And they were
But
like,
different.
yeah. And they were like, what is going on? It was some guy that was running like an operation like that, but he was doing it for an institute. Like he was the guy
He was
in
just
charge of
tossing the body parts out.
and they closed his office. And so he was like, I have all these human body parts. And so he just started chucking them in the woods.
Just to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Because they'll decompose. And then somebody found one.
What the
Dude.
heck? Like
So-
some of them still had the toe, you know how they toe tag them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of
He
them
just
still
left
had the toe
names
tags on them.
Like an idiot.
like,
So
what the heck?
my niece and brother-in-law and dad the other day, and I think Lily was with them too, found a full bobcat skeleton on the
Ooh.
property.
That's really cool.
On
And
your, oh really?
Yes, it was back in our woods.
Was it an
And-
organ donor?
Yeah, he donated his bones.
They found Joey's victim.
So they're gonna try to put him back together because it was all in pieces.
Yeah.
But
That'd
like,
be cool to do like the suspended, like,
uh-huh. It's like he's been there for a long time. Like it's just bone.
yeah, that'd
But-
be cool though.
yeah.
Like a T-Rex, get the suspended
Yeah.
fishing line with
Like-
some
like
wood
with his
bracket.
mouth open. Yeah. So and Bailey wants to she really wants to be a paleontologist.
That would
So
be
like
cool.
when she found that, she was like, "This is why I want to do this." And like, so who knows? But I knew we had bobcats down there. They kept telling me we didn't, and like,
Yeah,
turns
I
out
mean,
I was
that makes
vindicated.
sense.
It's my
So who do you bless in this situation?
I think he blessed the guy who was selling the body parts because
Yeah.
he's dumb. That's crazy.
The Facebook
He was posting them on
marketplace.
Facebook
so the
and
guy
stuff?
that was putting them on Facebook.
Yeah.
That shows me that he legitimately thought they were what they were
He
doing
was like,
legal.
"Oh, this is
No,
okay."
he did not think
No,
it
no.
was
So
legal.
if
He was
it's
just an
going to a
idiot.
law school.
wait.
He was
If
an
it's
idiot.
if it's legal to buy, and you bought it, is it your fault that they was obtained illegally before that? So let's say
I don't think it's legal
Colin
to-
steals a piece of art,
Right.
and then sells it to me, not at a crazy cheap price, but at the right price.
Yeah.
Is it my responsibility to vet him, or can I buy that from him?
It's still stolen property. Yeah.
Yeah,
you can still
they'll-
get in
they'll-
trouble.
they'll yank it.
They will take that away from you, and you lost all your
But
money.
here's the
Yeah.
thing. This
But
guy
could I get in trouble for that?
yeah.
This
But what if
guy
I didn't
worked
know
at
it was
Harvard?
Yeah.
One of the most prestigious law schools there is. It's not like he can
And
say,
medical.
I didn't know anybody
Ooh,
that
that's a good
couldn't tell
point.
me the rules.
Right.
That's actually a pretty good point
Yeah,
right
that
there.
is a good point.
Like he had to know something.
Harvard.
That's the best point he's ever made on the show.
I made a lot of
and he didn't even bring up electromagnetics.
I'm telling you, it's the future.
It's his Hitler.
You did it. Way to go. You got it.
We already
No,
got
we
it.
already-
okay.
Oh, we already talked about it.
At least
Hitler
twice.
conspiracy theory.
It was Nazis in Argentina and
Oh, no,
Hitler's
that's real too,
survival.
yeah.
And the
No,
spirit
that
of
part's real. He didn't survive. He died.
I think
He was also, you know how many drugs he was on per day to survive?
Oh, yeah.
He had syphilis. He had all
they
kinds
said
of
the
bipolar.
meth he was on
Yeah.
was like insane.
He had a personal doctor that was shooting him up consistently with
Right.
a cocktail of drugs just to live.
Wait, so guy selling parts who were going
Oh,
to
yeah.
bless. Let's jump to
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Hold
yeah.
on.
Back
Should we get his name?
You had it there. I
Paulie?
Paul, yeah, it was the
Paulie.
Jersey guy.
thought.
Yeah.
Something Paulie.
What was his first name? Because it was
Sure.
That the dude
Pauly
was
Shore.
guilty just by his name. Like,
John Polly. No. Sean Polly.
It was,
It was
Jersey.
something like that.
Chad Polly. No.
Jeremy.
Jeremy Powell.
Jeremy Pauly.
Pod bless your heart, sweetie.
I'm assuming it happened. I can't hear it.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. So yeah,
Been heard.
conspiracy theories. Noah said this isn't conspiracy theories. This is conspiracy facts.
Yeah, it's provings. Yeah.
Well, that's it. You just have to wait another 20 years, and all the ones that we read off that were
Or when it comes
popular
to,
but not true
Yeah.
will
it's
be
not gonna
true.
a big deal.
or unless it
Take that
comes
back,
to
please.
like Joe Biden's dementia, which turned out to be
It's
more
100%
relevant than-
real.
His cancer.
I mean, I'm sure you guys talked about this already of Elon
COVID.
trying to out Trump already.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
have
we
talked
didn't
about
bring
that.
it
Yeah,
up.
that's developing. We're still.
Yeah, it is still developing.
Situation developing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
We hit
'cause-
COVID a little bit about it being like made in a lab.
Oh, 100%.
I know, but there are still people that deny that.
Well, it's because that was the narrative. And
Well,
they're still
the-
following that narrative.
AI or ChatGPT told me that it was 29% of Americans only are the only
no way
ones
it's
that
that low.
believe it was formed
plus
in
the
a lab.
ones who were right.
Right.
There's no way
it
it's
was
that low.
no. It's way more than 29%.
Right.
Probably 90% of people I talk
Right.
to would be like, "Oh yeah, sure."
Well, now people though that were right before, they're just like, so the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, let's just talk about something else as opposed to talk about that fact.
And then Joey learned about a few that he's uncomfortable with and doesn't want to own up to.
Which one?
China.
China's not on the guys. They're not mining the moon for
Yeah,
helium
he
3.
doesn't believe that they're on the
They're
moon.
on the dark side of the moon.
No, they're not. No,
Yes.
they're not.
Yes,
This
they
isn't
are.
a theory.
They can't. No,
They are setting
up a
I don't
mining
believe that they
station.
could put enough to get. No,
India,
no.
China,
No.
like every country has put something on the moon
It's
now.
all of them
Hold
are
on.
part of the BRICS.
No.
We're mining.
The BRICS Society, the
They're
ones that
not.
are
They're
away
not.
from the U.S. dollar.
We're sending the
It's
children
all
back
them.
to the mine.
So you're
not
saying we
there.
never landed on the moon?
No, we did. We are there.
I don't know. You're saying nobody's
We are there. No. I'm saying they aren't.
Josh, we dived into
Dove?
delved
Depth
Delved would also
tripped
work.
Delve?
into maybe?
No, Delve would work. We retched.
into why they're there and what they're getting, the helium
The
3.
helium, yeah.
That's
for the
cool. Now,
AI.
I like the helium 3 idea of it.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Are we even sure there's helium 3 on the moon?
Yes,
On the dark side.
it's on the dark
It's not-
side. It's on that
That's why
Pink,
everything
it's on that Pink
bounces so
Floyd
much.
album.
Joey doesn't believe in heart attack guns.
No,
That's
I
a
said
real-
I did. I don't believe in memory removal.
No, that's a real clip that we can bring up of
I've seen that clip.
Ariel Grande.
Yeah, that's called drugs, man.
No, they put her through a clinic to help erase memories. She said it. And she was like, I'll see if they can put those memories back. Like literally. And they're like, what?
What?
She's like, you know. like
You know what they
people
do.
know about this stuff. Yeah. She's like, I'll go back.
based off a true story.
You know the CIA.
Okay, so there is definitely helium 3 on the moon.
Huh? That's crazy.
Joey, you are that percentage.
You
How
just don't
close?
know about
How
it, is
close
all
to
it is.
Kelvin does it get?
No,
does
I
it
just
say?
don't. I don't believe that the Chinese government
Is that?
is that
Yeah.
I
adept.
think they are.
No.
If we went through this office right now and looked at all of the places things are made,
No. That's not the same as going to space.
I mean,
They-
that
the-
Mac computer's pretty tight.
Not the same. But
That Mac-
but manufacturing is not the same as designing it. And guess where it got designed? In California.
Well, yeah. That's why they steal everything from us.
That's true.
Which is, and usually it's a knockoff and
But-
not as quality.
Oh, there's a good Sean Ryan show that just came out a couple weeks ago, and it's the guy who's a Navy SEAL and started a company where he is manufacturing Navy fleet vessels, and he's trying. So he was like, China is beating us so bad at like manufacturing ships for their Navy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
but their
they
ships blow.
they
that
but
was
they
North
generate. He was like, if there was a war to break out, it would be like we can't manufacture. Like I think he said from like 2018 to 2022, we manufactured like 2 ships. And
But
China,
that's not like active war.
He said at our
Right.
height in active war, though.
well,
we had-
China's not in active war, and they produce
Pump 'em
like
out.
thousands of ships a year.
I would take one of ours versus 20 of theirs.
Yeah, but,
yes, but
sheer
our technology is also obsolete by the time we make
right. It takes us so long to make them.
I'm telling you, if there was a need, it's already been proven. We've done it before.
It takes 7 years for a
There
ship
were
to get
literally sewing machine companies making rifles,
Yeah,
tractor companies making tanks. Like,
yeah, but now they have AI, so now it's kind of an even playing field for everybody.
I totally disagree.
I don't know.
I think
Their
I think-
their
I think that sells.
manufacturability is way better than
Yeah,
ours.
I think that sells. But I think the truth is we are generations ahead of everyone on this planet militarily.
No.
That's if it was true. If it wasn't true, then China would have already popped off
Popped
and
off.
done what. Yeah, if
I
they
do-
actually had
yeah.
that capability, they would use it.
Yeah.
Like the only reason they haven't is because they don't have it. Not to mention none of their military is trained for war because they haven't been in war. Like
Right.
the
Well,
United
not
States
yet.
has only been out of war for like 19 years of our existence.
false.
No, that's true.
We're actively always in a war.
That's what. Yeah, it might be lower than 19.
was
You're
gonna
right.
say it's
we
probably
are
lower.
a warring nation. We are not. I tell people often, we're not Athens. We're Sparta. Like we are always at war.
I mean, we're
and we
turning
are-
into a little bit of Athens.
No, dude, no one is logistics win every war. Period. Anyways, and logistically, nobody could touch us. Russia is proving that right
Yeah,
now. in
yeah,
Ukraine.
Russia, no.
Logistics is the reason they haven't won that yet.
China's just scary just because of the sheer manpower they have.
Yeah.
It doesn't in today's warfare, though. I don't think that matters.
And
no.
in every
Yeah.
other day's warfare, that
It
that
does-
was the
you're right,
main.
in
That was the
every
main.
other days. But battleships used to be the thing too until they weren't all of a sudden, right? And then planes were. But
Yeah.
But you're right, the mass amount of humans. But can you move them to where they need to be effective?
If they're generating
Yeah.
4,000 times the ships we.
Hopefully, we never find out. yeah.
Josh,
Come on,
did you ever hear
Taiwan.
about quantum energy?
Quantum energy, quantum
I
leap.
really need you to come in clutch for us.
He knows about that too, Joey.
Well, no, Quantum Leap was a TV show in the 90s.
Oh, then you don't know about it.
Quantum leap.
Joey doesn't believe that stuff.
I got a clip to show you of that. That's
No,
pretty
Colin was
awesome
telling
show.
me that there's a science they're working on where like there can be one particle here and one particle
Yeah.
like in Europe.
It
and when
wasn't
you move
Colin,
this
it
one,
was
that
Mercy.
one moves
I've seen
corresponding
that
to.
too.
Quantum
Yeah.
entanglement.
Yeah, I have not heard that one before.
Quantum entanglement's been a thing that they've been
Yeah.
theorizing for a long
can't
time.
I know,
It's
like,
a part of the string theory, I think.
like physically, it's possible for me to like bring my hand down on this table
For me to poop on.
and all the particles miss, and my hand to go through the table.
Yeah.
like that is
If
hypothetically
you're
possible.
if you're vibrating at the same frequency as the table, your
Or that
hand would
even-
pass through.
Yeah,
it.
there's like a chance it could happen. Now that chance is so minuscule
That's
that it
what
never
I'm
will happen,
saying.
but it could happen.
about those drones in New Jersey.
No, Noah was trying to tell me. Noah was trying to tell me that we could get a message to Mars in like 3 seconds, and I told him
with the
light.
quantum theory.
It takes light 3.5 minutes almost to get to Mars,
It
so
would
we
take
can't move
black
fast
hole.
enough.
Yeah, it'd take like a black hole technology.
Like a wormhole.
Man,
Black holes. That was
But we-
another one that I saw today. That the Earth people think that when they started the
Hadron Collider.
Yeah, that when we did
CERN.
that, we started a black hole, and that the Earth, we're in it now.
We're in the Earth.
Yeah,
The original Earth was destroyed, is what the theory is. When the Hadron Collider first happened, it was like a different timeline, and our original Earth is gone, and now this is an alternate universe that we're.
Well,
living
you
in.
know that. So whenever they first started doing CERN, that they started creating like micro black holes.
I did not know that.
Yes.
I feel
So
like we shouldn't
this
play
was
with that.
yeah, and this was like at the very beginning, and like the first thing they published was like scientists have generated micro black holes in I think it's Austria. Is that where it's at or somewhere?
The
No, it's
Hadron
in-
Collider.
Yeah.
So I
No,
thought
it's
it was like in London.
no, but it's in like Scandinavia. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's somewhere like that. But that's it.
Pull
They
up, don't worry.
You got it.
they were
Okay.
talking about it, and like that was the first study they came out with. Like after they
I
got
don't
it
think we
all
should
up and
play with
going,
that.
they were like, "Yeah, we
That's
were
the point.
generating.
Yeah,
they
no,
were
no,
everybody's
they were
mad about it.
colliding particles at such
This
speed
is
that they were
Jurassic Park
generating
level.
small black holes." It's like, why would you mess with
No,
that?
the what was it called? The small,
The Hadron,
large Hadron Collider.
Hadron Collider.
Yeah,
It's
we're all
CERN.
if you type in CERN, it would pop up.
Where is it?
I think there's more than one though. That's
I thought there was
Yeah.
only one.
no. There's,
No,
There's more, but
there's-
the largest
yeah,
one.
the biggest
where they
one
can
is the
get
one
it
they
down
talk
to
about.
a.
That's where they
black-
found the God particle.
Isn't it called like a black atom or something like that?
I have no clue.
It's something
No,
stupid. Like,
no,
they
that's
take
The Rock.
color out of the
Yeah,
atom.
that's,
Where is it?
That's Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Franco-Swiss border near Geneva, in
Yeah.
Switzerland.
yeah, Switzerland. I was
It's
thinking
right
it
in
was
the-
near Swiss.
Yeah.
Right in that area.
That's where we do all the sketchy stuff, banking, and
Well, it's
Oh yeah,
neutral
Swiss-
country.
yeah,
Swiss. They don't care.
they're the banking clan. So yeah, conspiracy theories. Those are fun.
We got a good one for next week too. We're gonna
Yes.
save that.
Yeah, that.
That one's gonna be fun.
I say when you just have
Teaser.
two dudes, usually that's fun to do the conspiracy. That's me and Brett did that time when all of the cell phones shut down.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I remember that,
And
yeah.
the AT&T phone
That's the last
drop.
time we had a conspiracy.
Wait, I was here
theory.
for that.
No,
No, you weren't.
It was just me and Brett
Yeah.
because we put up the big camo tarps and pretended we were in. A
Oh, you're
bunker.
right. I wasn't here for that.
It was a good episode.
We were in
I
the
remember
bunker.
watching that.
Yeah,
I think
you
I
were
was
here.
sick.
We were in the bunker.
You
we
might
were
have
in
been
the bunker.
sick, but I don't think that's ever stopped you before.
Oh, so yeah, that's the show for tonight, you guys. Feel free to share our conspiracy theories, conspiracy facts. I'm
We went a
sorry.
little
Yes.
long tonight.
Did we? Oh, well, we got into it.
Yeah.
Hour and a half. But that's
Um,
okay.
If you like the show, let us know. We started late, so really like an hour, 15, hour 20.
Okay.
Let your friends know. All that good stuff. Share it.
Share, like, subscribe.
Thanks to Ideal Supplies for being our
That's
first
right.
sponsor. If anybody else wants to get in on that,
If you're
let us know.
Anywhere in the northern Kentucky area
Yep.
or greater Cincinnati area for that matter, and need some concrete
We have-
work or yard work,
Yes, call 'em.
they got your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got. You guys got anything else?
I don't think so.
All
Aaron,
right.
Is everything clear for you?
You good?
Heart's,
it's good
heart's
for
He
clear.
was thinking about it. He's thinking about it.
Don't let him think. He gets out of control.
All right, I'm Joey.
I'm Josh.
I'm Colin.
and that's Noah.
That's Noah.
That's Noah.
And this was Pod Bless. Did you hear him?
Yeah.
I'm Bennett.
I'm Bennett. He knows, he knows his
He
call.
nailed it. That was like on time too. All right, I see you. I see you.
He knows his call sign.
Vibes at the core. Streaming live blessings,
So 7
kicking
days
down
right,
the
huh?
door. Pastor needs
Yeah.
punchlines.
Pretty
It's a
awesome.
podcast war. All blessed, hidden airwaves, you know the zone. Laughter and lessons straight to your